What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson. Thank you for tuning in to The Run, whichever platform you're listening to. I really appreciate that. Before I get started, be sure to follow me on Twitter at I am Manny Wilson. Actually, on Instagram, I'm at I am Manny Wilson as well. YouTube is Manny Talking Wild. I post a podcast on there too. It's just the audio, so don't expect too much. But eventually, I'll get there and get the video content going as well. But it's just the audio right now if you want to listen to that. So if you're listening on YouTube, Spotify, iPodcast, iHeartRadio, I really appreciate that. And let's get into it, man. There's been some big things going on within the last few weeks. Most importantly, I want to get on Kawhi Leonard, and is he leaving in Toronto? Is he leaving from Toronto? He just won that big championship, so they love him out there in Canada. But most importantly, the Los Angeles Lakers. This is a big market. They just got a big time player. They already had a big time player with LeBron James. They just got rid of a whole bunch of young people that looked up to LeBron. So let's talk about this, man. I want to go straight into it. So the Los Angeles Lakers getting Anthony Davis. If you think for 1 minute that the Los Angeles Lakers is going to the NBA Finals or can possibly go to the NBA Finals, then you are absolutely correct, man. I agree with you 100% if that's the kind of the thought that you have right now, and because everything is lining up for it, man. And I get the Western Conference is tough. Don't get me wrong. The Western Conference is definitely the better conference right now. The East has gotten better, but everybody in the West seems to just compete over and over and every night, every single night. But the Lakers, them getting Anthony Davis is huge, man. I always talk about how LeBron James is getting ready to hit that age wall. And I always, last season, all the time when I was on air for Wider Radio, I always talked about how, LeBron James, he's getting at that point where he's about to start slowing down. He's not going to be able to do it every single night, play 48 minutes, and then be able to get a triple-double every single night and, put his team on his back and be able to do that in the playoffs. I always said that. And, it's tough for LeBron. But now that he has help, with not just help, let me clear that up. Not only does he have help, he has Anthony Davis. This is a dude that can give you 30 points and 12 rebounds easily. He's been putting up averaging 20 plus points since his second year in the league. And I know that's not really such a huge thing. It's his 6th year, 7th year in the league. But the importance of him going to LA is now, when Anthony Davis comes there, he's 26 years old and he's a smart basketball player. The game comes to him super easily, but he's going to play with I think Kevin Durant's the best player in the league, but he's going to play with the player who has the best IQ in the game, one of the best IQs we've ever seen in the game. He's going to play with LeBron James. So him going to play with LeBron is going to knock some years off of LeBron's brick wall or the age wall that I was always talking about. So I'm going to cut back on that. Oh, LeBron's getting to that age wall. He's getting a little older. Now he got help. He's got he got rid of all them young players, Lonzo, Josh Hart, and some draft picks, whoever else it was on that team. He got rid of some young guys. Brandon Ingram was another one. He got rid of those young guys for a franchise player. And to me, that's a great deal. It's a great deal on both ends as well. For New Orleans, now they have a good young core, and they have a great pick. Now they can still get Zion Williamson if they want, and have a completely young team and be ready in the future, continue to prepare that team. So it was a good trade. It was a fair trade. And for the Lakers, they get a franchise player. You got Anthony Davis. He can take over a game himself, so that's already pressure off LeBron. If LeBron doesn't have to continue to put up a triple-double every single night in order to win a game by 4 points, he doesn't have to do that every single night. You got a young player who can take over a game if you get tired. Now, LeBron, go ahead, get your rest, man. Go ahead, get your rest. You are getting a little older, so you might not. If you don't want to play 48 minutes, 45 minutes, you can actually relax now. You can go sit on a bench and drink some water. That's not rare. That's rare for LeBron James to do, especially coming off of a season where he had to do every single thing. He had to do everything for them young guys, and they still couldn't really get it done. They were still struggling to beat teams after LeBron put up 40 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. They were still struggling to beat teams. And then they had injuries with Lonzo. I know that can be an excuse and things like that, but when you got a lot of talent like that with the young guys and people are always constantly hyping them up, somebody has to help the man out. And that's my main thing. I said that with Kawhi Leonard this whole entire playoff run is somebody has to help the man out. And it's no matter how great of a player you are, you're going to need some help. There hasn't been a single player who's done it and got it done in the NBA Finals with zero help. Zero help? No, that has not happened. I would love to hear about any player who's done that. There's been some players who've got to the finals and struggled, almost got it done with just themselves and no superstars, nobody else. But as far as having zero help, no. Now some people may get offended and they might have another team that they're cheering for in the West. I know it's still a lot of Warriors bandwagons out there, so don't get me wrong. But I'm gonna break it down for you and let you know, like, either way it goes, I'm putting my money on LA. I'm not, and don't get it confused. Don't get it confused. Please don't get it confused. I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm just on here speaking facts. That's all I want to do. I just want to get on here and be honest and tell the truth. That's it. I'm not a Lakers fan. Let's clear that up 100%. I know I'm rolling with them right now, and I'm listing all these positives, but I am not a Lakers fan. I'm a Detroit Pistons fan till I die, and that's that. That's gonna stay that same way until I die. Still to this day, that's gonna be like that. As far as the Western Conference goes, people may be fans of other teams. You got Denver. You got the Rockets, Houston Rockets, the Golden State Warriors. And the Trailblazers, the Dallas Mavericks is going to be nice. But let's look at the Golden State Warriors. They've been a dominant team for the last 5 years. But you got to put this in perspective. Some people may say the Warriors are going to go back to the finals, or the Warriors are going to still be that top dog. No, they are not. Not without Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. Maybe if it was still just Klay Thompson, Draymond, and Stephen Curry, yes, possible. That's 100% possible. But with Kevin Durant gone, and regardless if he re-signed or not, it doesn't really matter. He's going to sit out for that first year. With him sitting out, Klay Thompson, he's going to be out for a good minute. The Warriors probably had to go back to the finals, and Klay Thompson still wouldn't even be able to return. It'd still be iffy for him to return. But with Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant out, the Warriors are not going back to the finals. I hate to say it for you guys. And I wish the best for those. I wish the best for Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson on healing from their injuries. But the Warriors they just don't have enough firepower. Draymond and Stephen Curry, they're nice. They still going to get to the playoffs, but they're not going to. I don't see them going back to the finals. Not over the Lakers. I still put my money on the Lakers. On the Houston Rockets, all you Houston Rockets fans out there, whether you're in Houston or not, I don't know what the deal is with Houston. There's been some rumors going on about Chris Paul and James Harden. Apparently, Chris Paul said none of them are true, or by coming out with a statement that's saying like it is basically not true. But there were rumors saying that Chris Paul and James Harden was not getting along. They never got along. Chris Paul at one point requested a trade, and Chris Paul responded to all those rumors by saying, wow, this is all news to me. So at this point, I'm not sure really what to believe. But the Houston Rockets, they just seem to can't get it done on opportunities they had to capitalize and opportunities they had to win games. They just did not take them, and they didn't take advantage. So mostly against the Warriors, they seem to just get stuck every time in the playoffs whenever they face a good team or whenever they have pressure against them and there's another team in the box that they have to beat. They seem to can't get it done. So I still put my money on LA if that's the case with Bron and AD. And one thing you got to remember with this Lakers team, they're incomplete. They're not finished. They're not finished building this team. Right? This is just the start. I know free agency and all of this stuff just started, but this is just the start of a great team. They're not even halfway done building this team because they're making room for a max deal for somebody else to come in. And if they get a great point guard, oh my gosh, it's going to be bad in that Western Conference. If they get a solid point guard, Kemba Walker, or I don't think Kyrie Irving is going there. I'll get into that a little later, but if they get a great point guard, you just gotta remember as I'm talking about it and mentioning these other teams, just remember that the Lakers, they're still incomplete right now. They're not 100% done. They're still building. They still have progress. They still got the fourth pick in the draft. They can flip that or keep it. So they still making moves. So as far as the Rockets go, I still put my money on LA. I know it's a lot of Oklahoma City Thunder fans, and y'all get real sensitive when we talk about them. But I don't really care about that. I want to go into Oklahoma City Thunder hard, man. They're not winning nothing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They're not winning anything until they clear that front office and actually install a system for Russell Westbrook and Paul George to play through. Because right now, them just going out there and playing this unorganized basketball is not it. They just out there literally playing basketball. It's no system whatsoever. And with those kind of players, you got to have some kind of organization. When you playing a game with Russell Westbrook and Paul George, you got to have some kind of organization, some kind of game plan. And I don't think Billy Donovan is doing that for them at all. So they need to, in my opinion, they need to just clear everything going on with the front office. They paying some bums too much. They don't have any money to bring people there. They don't look interesting right now. They don't. If I'm a free agent, I'm not looking at Oklahoma City right now. They look unorganized. They don't know what they're doing. And I still put my money on LA with them. They play hard. Yeah, of course. I'll give them that. I'll give the Oklahoma City Thunder that. They play hard, but they don't play organized or smart. And I take an IQ like LeBron James and an IQ like Anthony Davis. Even with this incomplete team with LeBron James and Anthony Davis and Kyle Kuzma, I'll take them over this Oklahoma City Thunder team right now. I'll take them absolutely right now. If they were to play exactly now, I'll take the Los Angeles Lakers. As far as the Denver Nuggets, they're a nice team. I don't really have any negatives to say about the Denver Nuggets. That's a nice team over there. I do see them getting to the conference finals and possibly the finals. It's going to be a battle between the Denver Nuggets because they got some young talent on there, and those boys play good together. And one thing, like I was mentioning with the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Denver Nuggets actually have a system that's very efficient. But overall, that's a nice team over there in Denver. So I'm not going to cut into them too hard. But to move on, basically, the Trailblazers, they're nice. But if you can shut Dame and CJ down, you're going to win that series. You're going to win that game. The Mavericks with Porzingis and Luka Doncic, they're nice. We don't know if they're going to have the pieces around them to do anything. And I still think they're going to need about 1 or 2 years, maybe at max. But that's a nice team as well. And it's a lot of younger teams, and there's a lot of incomplete teams in the West as well. But Lakers getting Anthony Davis, man, that brings a complete toll. It gives life to LeBron James. Now he don't have to do every single thing himself. Anthony Davis can take over a game if LeBron gets tired. If AD gets tired, then you got LeBron to step back in. He can do his thing and ball out. We know LeBron, he's already defied odds by being this good at hitting this age or hitting the age limit that he's hitting and still being this good, still being able to get triple doubles. He's already been defying odds. So now he has Anthony Davis to help him out, and the team is still incomplete. Now I can go to that. Now I can go to my point about the team being incomplete and them possibly getting a dominant guard at that. I don't think Kyrie Irving is going there. One thing with Kyrie Irving is I still believe that he wants to, be on his own, be his own team. There was a report from my guy Woj. He's almost I call him the most trusted man in basketball. I don't like believing stuff unless I see it came from Woj. I don't really know how to pronounce his last name, so the nickname is just Woj. That's what he is. We all call him Woj. He's a sports reporter. But if he comes out and make a statement on something, I believe it, because everything he says in terms of reporting is true. And I done seen a lot of fake stuff, but Woj has never gotten me like that, man. He's super credible source. But there was a source that he put out saying that Kyrie Irving wanted to play with Anthony Davis, and I think that was partially why Kyrie Irving was trying to go to Brooklyn. I don't know if he's still going to go to Brooklyn. I think they should have had a deal already if that was the case. There's been some rumors that he's going to look back into the Boston Celtics, but I don't think he's going to play with LeBron, just simply for the fact that he doesn't want to be the sidekick. He doesn't want to be the sidekick. He doesn't want to be Batman, he doesn't want to be Robin to a Batman. And now that you have LeBron still on that team, anybody who plays with LeBron is gonna be looked at as a second star, because LeBron is such a great player and he's held to such a high standard. So almost anybody is gonna be looked at as a second star in that case scenario. But I don't think Kyrie is gonna go to LA. But if you think it's about another guard who is a free agent who could really impact the Lakers, my guy Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker is a nice player, and I would absolutely love to see Kemba Walker on a bigger stage with more attention, so he can showcase how good the kid really is. I mean, this is a guy, he can play ISO ball if he wanted. He has a good IQ. He can still distribute, and he's going to bring a lot of attention to the opposing defense that he's playing against. And if you have him, as in Kemba Walker, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, those are three people who can create their shot, who can create their own shot, can score the ball at will if they need to, and still can be smart with the ball. And at that point, all the Lakers would need is just, some fill-ins, some role players. Get you a few shooters around there. Get you a few shooters, and all they would need at that point is an efficient system to make sure that those guys are rolling. If they can get that down, even if they could get a system just with Anthony Davis and LeBron, they could get it going, man. They could get it going. This team could really become very, very dangerous. And Frank Vogel, he will be looked at as a great thing. And as far as LA, just imagine, even if they didn't, I'll put it this way, because they're making room for a max deal right now. But even if they didn't get another type of max player, even if they didn't, that team is still dangerous because they're incomplete. They got the number 4 pick, and they can still fill in with shooters. Now, at this point, LA look a little attractive. Now, the Los Angeles Lakers look a little attractive. It's starting to be more positive than negatives when you look at this Lakers team and you look over there at the Los Angeles Lakers. I know somebody probably listening right now is probably getting on me because I was talking about how the Clippers is going to be, the next best organization in LA. I was doing a lot of talking, but this trade kind of shakes it up. This trade shakes it up. And it's possible. It's possible. So I'm not completely disregarding my statements about the Clippers being a good team. I'm not eliminating that because it's still possible. It's a slim chance. It's a slim chance Clippers can still be nice, but the Lakers are clearly going to be on top with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Man, that's just a bad comp. That's a dangerous combo right there. But as far as Frank Vogel, it's starting to look like it's more positives than negatives. Before they made these adjustments, everyone was talking about, the Lakers got so much drama going on. They tried to trade half the people but couldn't get it done. And now these players they're all sad and offended. And, they're not happy about it. And they feel unwanted. Yeah, that's why the Lakers got them going, because they feel unwanted. So they already out of there. It doesn't matter. They got the player they wanted, and they shipped the young guys who was all sensitive and was hurt about being traded. They shipped them out. They gave them some good NBA experience. Not playing time experience, but some good NBA experience. So they got rid of those guys, and everybody was just, or before they got rid of the guys, everybody was talking about them. Well, Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka, they're doing stuff in the office. They're butting heads. They're like two positive magnets. They just won't go together. They won't do anything right together. I don't know what the deal is, but they're going crazy there. Jenny Buss was getting a lot of heat. That's the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers. She was getting a lot of heat. LeBron was getting a lot of heat. Oh, he's getting older. Everybody was just doing a lot of talking about about the Los Angeles Lakers. But now that they get Anthony Davis, you got 2 of the top 5 players in the NBA. That's 2 of the top 5 players in the NBA. They got a new coach. They got a great assistant coach in Jason Kidd. And the only thing that people can say about that is, he might fail. Frank Vogel might not be that coach for them. Jason Kidd might take his job as the assistant coach. Jason Kidd should have been head coach. Yeah, I understand that, but you got to get a man a chance. If you're coaching the Los Angeles Lakers, regardless of who you are, you already sitting on thin ice. Just from the way that the team is and the way that the organization is. It don't matter who you are. If you come coach the Los Angeles Lakers, that's just the standard that they have. They expect greatness. They expect banners. So it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to already be sitting on thin ice. So that's what that kills that entire thing of, J. Kidd might take his job, all of that stuff. Yeah, that's a possibility. But they have 2 of the top 5 players in the league. They got a new staff. Magic Johnson stepped down. He's not in that front office anymore. And I'm not saying Magic Johnson was a problem, but when you have him and Rob Pelinka going at it all the time, and one person feels offended like the other is not, when you have 2 negative magnets that's not working, and one of them flips to be positive, or you switch that negative with a positive magnet and it starts going together, you can't be mad about that. You can't be mad about that. So they got rid of the other negative magnet and they replaced it with a positive. Obviously, they've been making move. It's Los Angeles. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves LA. That's just how it is. And now at this point, they're trying to make money for another max contract to bring in another player. And like I keep saying over and over, they got the number 4 pick. So if you go to LA, it's beneficial. It's beneficial to you, and you actually have a chance to win now because you see that they got 2 of the top 5 players. You see they got a new coach. You see they've been making changes and upgrades from last season. So why wouldn't you want to go to LA? If you're a free agent, it's an option. It's a big option for you if you're a free agent. And I don't know about you, but if I'm a free agent and Anthony Davis and LeBron James is on one team, and I can, if I'm a role player, I don't even care. I don't even care about the damn max. If I'm a role player and my job is just to sit in the corner and shoot the ball, I would be thrilled to go to LA and just sit there and shoot the ball. Or even if I was to sit there and ride the bench, to be honest. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that I would not love to go to LA and sit on a bench and watch Anthony Davis and LeBron James play while I'm over there just being the hype man. I would lose my voice every single game to help my team out. And I have a chance to get a ring. Okay. I don't care about that, man. I would love to go to LA. They're looking really attractive at this point. The Los Angeles Lakers, they're looking really attractive. And even if I know I talked about them getting that third player who may be a star, but even if they don't get that third player who's a star, you got to think about it. They just got to fill it in with role players. It's not too much hard work that you have to do after getting Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Like I said, 2 of the top 5 players in the NBA. So you don't even have to worry about if you don't get that third player or that third star guard. You can start bringing in your fillers. Start bringing in them fillers like they did in Miami. They went to the finals with LeBron and D Wade. They didn't have enough the first time, so they came back. Let me get some shooters. Oh, this guy can shoot. Bring him in. This guy can shoot. Bring him in. Let's get him here. If LA do that same thing, you cannot sit here and tell me that they're not going to be dominant. If they fill that around with shooters, I know I'm being a little bit dramatic as I say this, but and the guy is injured as well. So I know I'm being a little bit dramatic as I say this, but bear with me. Just think, just think, just for a second, man. If Klay Thompson, if he was healthy and he decided to go to LA, I know it's a slim chance, but I said, just imagine, and bear with me through this vision. Bear with me through this vision as we just imagine this fairy tale. I know all you Lakers fans is probably going crazy right now as I imagine this. Y'all probably rocking in your sleep. You probably got your eyes closed. You're probably just dreaming, got the hard eyes in your eyes like the emojis. You're loving this as I say this right now. But just think if Klay Thompson decided to go to the Los Angeles Lakers and he was healthy. So that means you will have LeBron James, Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis. Oh my gosh. Just take a second to think about that. The best shooter, one of the best shooters we've ever seen play the game, going to play with LeBron James, who can do everything, and Anthony Davis, who can do everything. Oh my gosh. Is it even really worth explaining? I don't see it. Is it really even worth explaining or breaking down? You got the best shooter, one of the best shooters to ever play the game. I'm gonna just keep it that simple, man. There's no point to even drag it on. I'm gonna just keep it that simple. You would have the best shooter to ever play the game, one of the best shooters to ever play the game, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and then just whatever else you have after that, the role players, whatever. But that shooter, that one pure shooter makes such a difference. Especially when you talk about Klay Thompson and what we seen in that finals, in the finals with Game 6, what we seen him doing. I ain't never seen Klay Thompson shoot off the dribble like that. Whew. But that would be dangerous, man. That would be dangerous. And I really believe, all right, so the vision is over. Y'all can cut it out now. You can open your eyes. I really believe that the Los Angeles Lakers is headed upward. They're in great shape right now. They're looking really attractive toward in this free agency thing. And either way it go, I'm really feeling the Lakers, man. I'm really feeling the Lakers at this point. And LA it is. They gonna do their thing. And I'm proud of them for actually making jumps. And it's making the NBA a lot more interesting. That's why I say I'm proud of them. It's not because I'm a Lakers fan. I told you I'm a Detroit Pistons fan till I die. Still to this day.